I can give up but what was never real. Today we're on lesson 322 of the A Course in Miracles workbook. I can give up but what was never real. So this is kind of an extension on another lesson. I will not value what is valueless. This concept of loss is non-existent. What you receive when you give up valuing such small little dream things is incomprehensible. To have imagined that you ever gave anything up at all or were giving anything up at all will be quickly replaced with the joy and happiness and love that becomes unveiled as we let go of what wasn't even real. What wasn't even real. What's not real? Fear, pain, suffering, desire, guilt, and sin. These things are not even real. What will your experience be like when you give up about what was never real? Another lesson, I choose the joy of heaven instead of pain. We've been given these hints all along the workbook. And in fact, in every release, oh gosh, what I've been holding on to has been making me miserable. Holding on to smallness, holding on to limitation, holding on to resentments, fears, and concepts of sin. These things I can give up, for they were never real. What it says here in this lesson, it starts, I sacrifice illusions, nothing more, and as illusions go, I find the gifts illusions tried to hide, awaiting me in shining welcome and in readiness to give God's ancient messages to me. So this idea of sacrifice is inconceivable. What you are is. What is real is. What is not isn't. Now you can dream any dream you choose to dream. You can dream of smallness and separation from God. Though if you let go of valuing that, and you let go of these emotions, these ego survival programs, you quickly discover more and more of the happiness, the joy, the peace that has always been there for you, the truth of you. It says here, every dream serves only to conceal the self, which is God's only Son, the likeness of himself, the Holy One who still abides in him forever, and he still abides in me. So I can give up but what was never real. So this is good news. This means you can surrender anything, let go of anything, forgive anything. What's not real will disappear, for it never was. What is real will remain. And what I was told is that all negative emotions have an end, and that all things in this physical dream, which is really an energetic holographic appearance, those things disappear, but what I am always remains. The positive feelings, the truth, the higher states of consciousness are, you can let go of the rest. It's okay. All you're looking forward to is joy, happiness, higher frequency, truth, reality. That's all you're going to get when you let go of these illusions of misery and suffering. Another saying that was really helpful to me in my releasing process over the years is, all fear is illusion, surrender it to God. And as in practicing that, I've witnessed some really wonderful, enjoyable miracles as I let go of the illusion of fear. So you're going to be presented with opportunities all the time. I heard it said that this realm is a consistent opportunity to surrender to God. This dream is that ever-present, every moment, right now, this holy instant opportunity to surrender to God, to give up but what was never real, and all that will remain is God's gifts to you. So let's do some letting go. And you can take anything for this. Anything you think is valuable here. Particularly, you might look at things you're afraid of and valuing fear, things you're feeling guilty about and valuing guilt and sin, things you're resentful of, angry about, grievances. These are all vanities which are easily surrendered. It might not seem like it, but that's only because I'm valuing it. So when I let go of valuing what is valueless, and I quickly will experience the unveiling. One thing I'd like to share about your releasing process is that there's no rush, and what seems so huge, what took many, many dreams to accumulate, can go relatively quickly. So you might be able to get through all fear in a couple of weeks to a month if you just kept that fear running. All anger might be gone in 5 to 20 hours if you just really sat with and let that anger release. If you really forgive all of that anger, all of those grievances. All the grief can go very quickly. All the sadness and sense of loss. That's one of the faster ones to release if you really just let that grief come up. But what took lifetimes to accumulate can go very quickly in the context of eternity, of now. So be encouraged. All the negativity, the dream has an end. You can give up but what was never real. And bliss is there. Peace is there. The Son of God is there in you now. Could you let go of anything that wasn't that? Let's begin. I can give up but what was never real. You can give up but what was never real. So take anything at all that you're ready to give up. Or not ready to give up. If it's real, you can let it go and it'll still be there. If it's not real, you can let it go and you won't miss a thing. But what would you choose to let go of? Let go of valuing, let go of keeping. Some suffering, some pain, some misery, some guilt, some anger, some fear. You can even ask your higher self, what can I give up that was never real? And so could you just allow that to come up? Whatever presented itself, can you notice any hanging on to it? Any valuing it? The ego has all kinds of clever sounding deceptions to have us hang on. Could you let go of valuing that? Let go of believing the deceptions. Just could you let go? How do you let go? It's like that. It's open. And is there any feeling behind holding on to that? Any feeling behind valuing that? And could you just allow that feeling? And as you let the thoughts, the images, the pictures in the mind drift by, could you just stay with that feeling? Open up. And this feeling too. Could you give up what was never real? Well, if you put it like that, sure. Would you give up but what was never real? This feeling and whatever it seemed to be about. Could you give that up? Would you give it up? It's just a choice. And every illusion you give up will unveil God's gifts to you, which have always been here, just covered up. You can give up but what was never real. And what would you give up? Anything anxiety-based, fear-based, worry-based, irritation, anger-based, grievance-based, guilt, wrong, sin-based. Could you notice whatever comes up for you? It could be the same thing. You can keep letting go on that. Whatever's there for you, could you notice any valuing in it? Any story that would solidify it in your dream? And could you begin by letting go of that? Any valuing it? Any story about it? And then the very thing itself. Behind that story, behind that appearance, there's generally a feeling. As you open up and just check out this feeling, light it up. Shine your awareness on it without fighting it, without judging it, claiming it's real. Any resisting a feeling or judging it or fighting it claims it's real. Could you let go of that and just let this feeling stir, be there, light it up. Just allowing what was never real to dissolve. And could you give up what was never real? Release it. Would you give up what was never real? Just give it up. Release it. When could you give up what was never real? And witness what was concealed in the dream as you let go of the illusions. Just what was never real, nothing more. You can give up, but what was never real. There's really no sacrifice here. Sacrifice is inconceivable to God's Son. No, you've been given everything real, and nothing unreal exists. Though we might dream it, we might have a dream. And could you notice if you've been dreaming of anything negative, anything worrisome, angering, anything you're desirous of in the dream? Or perhaps any shame or guilt, something you seemed to do in the dream before. And could you first just acknowledge, notice any valuing it, any story you have about it, that somehow it matters or you need it. Whatever came up, even if it's the same thing, you can just keep going. So first, could you just allow yourself to give up valuing this or any story you have about it? Could you surrender that? And it's just a choice. You never have to. Dream on. Dream on if you like. And then behind that story, behind that value, whatever that thing is, could you notice the feeling? What's the feeling? Whether it's labeled or not, could you notice the feeling of dreaming about that? And could you just open up and allow that feeling to run as best you can? And a feeling that's not resisted will dissolve as it was never real. Resisting it claims it's real. Fighting it, trying not to feel it. Could you just allow this feeling? Just experiencing it without trying to modify it, explain it. And could you just give it up? Surrender this feeling, what was never real. Would you give it up? Surrender it to God, what was never real? All we're talking about is surrendering a dream, an illusion. When could you give that up? Surrender it to God, that which was never real. You can give up, but what was never real. And just allowing, surrender. And as you surrender what was never real, you witness reality that it was obscuring. And could you just surrender what was never real and witness your divine inheritance, the name of God given you. Well done releasing. Thank you so much for joining us. We do a lot of these sessions. There's 4 more every day, and you can just check out the link in the description. Join us for free, or you can get one-on-one sessions with me if you want to let go of some more of this dream. Notice the valuing of the dream. So think of when you sleep, like in this dream, sleeping in this dream, the dream in the dream. You ever notice how that dream seems so real? It seems so real, and then you wake up. And there might be some trying to cling to what happened in that dream. But no matter how you cling, it just fades away. It dissolves. So as you're in this dream, could you notice the clinging? And just open and allow it to flow. Karen, so yeah, you make a $5 charge and I refund that. So that's just so there's real people. That's just the filter for that. Because I used to do it totally for free, and there was no sign up or credit card required, and I got a whole lot of spam. So if there's any issue with that, just message me on Telegram. What is my Telegram? Hold on, let me see what my Telegram is. I should probably know that. Okay, at Graceways. So if you have Telegram Messenger, which is free, just message me on there, and I will. And you can ask me any questions on there. You can also email me at support, or I think Sam at what is it? Letting Go University. GoUniversity.com. So you can email me there as well. But the community is hosted on Telegram. That's where we have all the replays. So for free, anybody who signs up gets 2 weeks full access. And then Fridays are always free for all the sessions. So you can always come for free on Fridays. There's 4 sessions in addition to the Course in Miracles. And then there's, for as little as $25 a month, you can come to all of the sessions, but you get unlimited free access for 2 weeks just for getting in touch with me or going to lettinggouniversity.com and signing up for the free option. And you put in $5, I refund it immediately. Awesome, Karen. Well, I look forward to hearing from you on there. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and have the best day. Keep on releasing. Gloria in excelsis Deo. All glory to God in the highest. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your salvation. Okay. Thanks, Karen.